This is Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell on the Forge Audio Network.
Welcome to this episode of Forge Daily. I am your host, Mackenzie Barwell, coming to you August 9th, 2024. It is match day -1 for Forge FC. Tomorrow, Atletico Ottawa will be right here at Tim Hortons Field, 7 p.m. kickoff for that signature match night. This is the second game of what promises to be a chaotic and jam-packed August as we approach the latter half of the CPL season and that second leg of the Canadian Championship semi-final. Forge FC definitely looking to use this weekend to carry some momentum going forward. So let's kick off today's episode by talking about why either side will be so desperate for a win tomorrow. Now, Forge FC are currently third in the CPL standings. They trail by 4 points below a first-place Atletico Ottawa. They've got 29, York United with 28, then, as I said, Forge SC with 25. So if they want to close this gap and strengthen their playoff chances, they have to capitalize on this home game, especially against the team at the top of the table. Now, I also emphasize this because Cavalry FC are sneaking up. They trail Forge by just 1 point with 24 total. So if they do come away with the win this weekend, they could either A, catch up to, or B, surpass Forge in the standings. For Atletico Ottawa, their current form is not as strong as it was in the front half of the season. They've gotten to this midpoint where other teams around the league are starting to find their rhythm and close that gap, threatening the dominance that they once held. Now, as Melty and I talked about earlier this week, they've only managed one win in their past 5 games and come off back-to-back losses, one recently against Cavalry, 2-1, then prior to that against York United, 4-1. So if they want to be successful this weekend, they'll have to build on the foundation that they've already set for themselves throughout the first 14 weeks of this season and really get back to their winning ways, because a 1-point lead over York for first will not be enough going forward. Here's what Ilias Iliadis and Dash Vanier had to say about why this result tomorrow will be so important from a Forge perspective.
It will be important because of the ranking. 3 points will put us close to the top, and it's a crucial moment for the rest of the season. So there's a big importance for this game, and we just need to focus on ourselves, really focus on their tactic, focus on ourselves, and go for the 3 points.
Yeah, we're obviously close to the top in the standings, and they're at the top right now, so a win would bring us closer to them, and we have that game in hand, I guess, so this would be a good way to get closer and then still have a game on them. And we're at home. I think that's the biggest thing. We've been good at home this year, and we need to keep that going no matter who we're playing against.
One of the biggest takeaways from your last game against Valor was that there were opportunities created. So going into this one, what sorts of things will you look to replicate to continue having those shots on target and increasing them?
Yeah, doing the same thing we've been doing. Some games you're going to score 3 goals, some games you won't. So it's just focusing on what we're good at and doing it more often and doing it a bit better, maybe a bit quicker, so maybe a bit more composed in the final shot, final pass, details like that. But I'm confident in the group. Good training, good week of training. It's just about executing the right move at the right time.
Yeah, I think you said just that, just more repetition. The more you do it, the bigger the chance of the ball going in the net. And then, yeah, it's up to kind of luck on the day, focus on the final act, on that final shot, final pass. And if we keep doing the same things that we've been doing the whole year to score goals, then hopefully on Saturday it'll be one where we put balls in the net.
In other news, some new faces to look out for on this Atletico side. They recently announced the signing of Canadian midfielder Ilias Iliadis on loan from MLS side CF Montréal. The 23-year-old will be with the team throughout the 2024 season. But in addition, they've also confirmed the signing of local midfielder Luca Piccioli. He's on a youth sports contract after scoring the winning goal during a League One Quebec match off an impressive free kick. So he'll be with the team through the end of the 2025 season. Definitely some fresh talent to look out for Ottawa. After working with this team for about a season and a half, I've learned that one of the key points of emphasis prior to a match day are internal focus. So as much as they do evaluate the opposing team's structure and personnel, at the end of the day, the goal is to impose their style of play onto their opponent. So I asked Ali and Dab why it can be so difficult to execute that plan against a strong team like Ottawa, who one have new players and probably evolving strategies against Forge.
Yeah, we're a good team. They have good players. They're dynamic. They're playing at a high pace. So they're a good team. There's a reason why they're first place, but also we're really confident in their style of play and what we want to do, and we're going to execute in front of our fans and get what we deserve, the 3 points.
I think they got a lot of good players. Like, individual quality is obviously very high in the team. Some of the best players in the league play on that team. And then they got a good coach, good tactical system. I think they started the year very hot, so a lot of confidence running through the team throughout. Basically just good quality and mix that with some good tactics and good ideas from the coaching staff, and you're going to have a good team.
This isn't the first time that you'll see Abou Sissoko in a different jersey. So based on your experience this season and having him on the opposite side of the pitch, what makes him so dangerous?
I mean, we know Abou, quality player, good on the ball, good at keeping possession, good defensively, just overall a good player. So he's a friend of mine too, so always facing him, it's always fun. I mean, it's fun to play against friends, family sometimes, so it's always exciting. And Abou he spent 2 years there, and I love every second spending with him, so looking forward to play against him.
I remember you said you didn't talk to your brother when you're on the field, but when it comes to friends and former teammates, no conversation?
I don't talk. I actually don't talk. I'm really focused and dialed in on what I do, and I talk to my teammates, but I really don't talk to opponent. I mean, I might have a little words. And
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good player. Obviously, we know Abou from being here. He's a good dribbler on the ball, is one of his best abilities, and he's just like a player that can keep the game ticking. Doesn't rarely loses the ball, which is important to be when you're a midfielder. And he has quality, as we saw last game, to score goals as well as he did here. He scored a lot of goals, got assists, and got an engine, can run. So a lot of good qualities in him as a player, and just got to be wary of him.
That'll wrap up today's episode. Come on out to Tim Hortons Field tomorrow to watch this battle for the top of the table, but more importantly, grab your player cards. The designs are out, the cards are printed. It's going to be a fun time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back to check in on the audio network on Monday.
This has been Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell. If you like what you heard, please like, follow, subscribe, comment, and share.
Okay, signature match this weekend. Who has the best and who has the worst signature on the team from what you've seen?
I think I saw Alex. Alex has a nice one.
Oh, yeah?
He does it pretty well. It takes time and it makes sense.
Got some flair?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I saw, I think it was Kadim. No love into his signature. Actually, and just
right.
Like I write with my left foot and my left hand.
No, I have no idea who anyone's signature is, honestly. Okay, let me think. Maybe Bex is probably the best. Got a lot of experience. Yeah. Maybe Borges. Borges puts good effort in that stuff.
That's